Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel, No More Guy Supercar.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
I am Josh. It's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. You're probably watching this after, so happy belated Thanksgiving. I've had some people ask me about my 430 that I kind of built up over the last year or so, and I've had some people ask me a bunch of questions about, so I'm just going to do like a review on it today. It's Thanksgiving morning. I went out for a drive by myself because it's nice. It's kind of chilly out. The weather's beautiful, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go over the car and show y'all what I did to it, how I got it to where it is, kind of where I got the inspiration. I kind of got it from a video I saw on YouTube. I'll link it below, of a gray 430 just like this one years ago that I saw, and I was like, someday I'd like to have a car like that. And we'll go get to it. There it is. What we've got here is a 2005 F430. It is in a very rare color, Canna de Fusil. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Somebody can clue me in on that.
Canna di fucile.
From the research I did, they only made 6 of them in this color for an F430. It was pretty rare back in the day. I believe it's a heritage color. But anyways, I saw this thing on Facebook Marketplace. The price was a little high, so I kind of went back and forth with the guy. And it was in California, kind of settled on a price. I had no intention of keeping this car initially. I just thought it was a really cool spec, and I thought we could, fix it up and make a little bit on it. So I flew out to California and picked this thing up. When I got there, it was not as nice as I was hoping. It needed some stuff, and it was one of those owners that took it to the dealer and had the basic routine stuff done, but it needed some stuff it had some things that needed to be addressed that were just kind of neglected. Not necessarily that he just didn't want to do it, but he didn't really realize the car needed stuff. I picked it up for a pretty good price. It does have a lot of miles on it, which is another reason I loved it. It currently has a little over 54,000 miles on it now. It does have the factory challenge wheels. It's got the factory carbon ceramic brakes, black calipers from the factory. I did add the 20 millimeter exotic car gear spacers and the titanium lug nuts from the Scud, so I added those on there. It's got the Pirelli tires. Those are the tires it had on when I got it. It's got an interesting thing that I kind of like. They tinted this back glass. On Ferraris I've had before, personally, I've done that back glass tinted and left this clear, but I kind of like the way that looks. It kind of gives it a nice look. I did the Morimoto tail lights. So these are the upgraded LED lights that have 4 mounting posts instead of 3, so those will never come loose. Those are kind of cool. I did do an exotic car gear rear splitter on there. So it does have the factory suspension, but it's got GMG lowering springs, and I did lower the car. As you can tell, I like to have my cars nicely stanced, so I got it pretty good. I had it a little lower than this, and it was scraping, going over bumps and stuff, so I got it dialed in pretty good. I think it looks phenomenal. It's got the scrape guards underneath. I did those. Sorry, it's a little dirty. I took it for a nice spirited drive, so I've got some bugs on the front. I do need to do a PPF on the front still, but as you can see, for the mileage and the year, this thing is in immaculate condition. Couldn't pass it up. I got to the shop and I was like, you know what? I think I might have to keep this thing. Black interior, obviously, but the star of the show is the carbon race seats. Those are really rare on a 430, as I'm sure you know. Pretty cool. So it had those, and that was a big selling point for me. It's got the Cavallino on the headrest. No, I'm good, thank you. Cavallino on the headrest. Somebody was asking me if I needed help. The full carbon fiber driver zone. So it's got the carbon fiber steering wheel, carbon fiber instrument cluster. It's got the carbon fiber dash vents, carbon fiber cup holder. I added that. Dash was in really good shape. Little popping, but I kind of made it look really good, so no big deal. I redid the airbag leather there. I did do this cool power acoustic, I think it's a CP71W head unit. It looks really good in the 430, I think. It's got Apple CarPlay, and it'll fire right up. Car did have the flashlight, which is cool. Got all the books and everything. So there's your CarPlay, so you can do like the maps. So pretty cool. And this unit is only like 140 bucks at Walmart. I did hardwire my Valentine 1, which is my radar detector of choice. Hardwired a Blackview dash cam up there. And obviously, I can't have a 430 without that. That's really important. So I did a Cambio Manuale manual swap on it. We did a trans out swap, which means replaced the clutch and all of that stuff. It's got all brand new OEM. I did a factory clutch, flywheel, rear main seal, pilot bearing, Hill Engineering throwout bearing, all of that stuff. We also got the Valvetronic titanium exhaust. It's pretty epic sounding. Did the valve cover gaskets. So they changed all the fluids everywhere, the coolant, the brake fluid, the engine oil, transmission fluid, and all of that. This engine bay is super clean for the mileage. It's so clean I couldn't say no to this car. I did do a valve controller, Forza valve controller on here that's mounted behind this panel here to control, open and close the valves. It's pretty clean. Really happy with the way this car came out. Oh, I did refinish every sticky piece in here. So I took these door panels all apart and refinished those. I redid the air vents, clamshell around the steering wheel. This panel here I redid. This does have the factory subs, little storage compartment. There's the rear camera facing backwards. I did have to replace these struts here, so those were pretty. There's the color. Somebody want to tell me how to pronounce that properly? That would be awesome. It's got the car cover, the seat covers, the steering wheel cover, the factory maintainer is in there, all the toolkits and everything. I mean, and I did do the cabin filter. Obviously got brake fluid and stuff in there. We changed all that out. This car is should be pretty bulletproof for a while. I've already put a few thousand miles on it. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. So now we'll go take it for a spin. All right, we're in the 430. We're at a nice little spot I like to start my drives from out here. We got beautiful hill country roads to drive on. I've got a Ferrari F430 that I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money into. So we're gonna take it for a spin. I don't have a helper with me, so I gotta hold the camera and do all that, but I'll do my best. There is a driving video I did on this, or that you can go and just listen to it. It has the camera like that, and then we mounted one to the rear muffler. We'll put a link in the description for that if you want to watch it. Gotta love that sound. Sorry guys, I'm gonna do my best to hold the camera, shift, and drive. Luckily there's no traffic because it's Thanksgiving. Somehow.